19 minutes after 7 o'clock. It's Wednesday, and it's February 1st, 2017, the hardest month to pronounce. You got to remember that R, February.
Yes, certainly may.
February. And good morning, Robin. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. Good morning, Larry. How are you?
I'm okay, and let's get the weather thing out of the way. 44 degrees right now as we broadcast live from the Paddock Mall just outside the WOCA Commissary, formerly known as the food court.
Yeah, exactly.
Today's temperature is climbing to 75. Lows tonight around 44. Tomorrow, pretty much the same thing. Friday warming up just a little bit, about 80 degrees, the expected high on Friday. Saturday, about 75. Sunday, about 80. It's pretty much the same old, all the way through the next week. So no rain mentioned until next Tuesday. Mm-hmm. So we'll have to see. All right, the morning, let's see, 7:35, as we always do, we get our favorite beverage. At least I do. You got my coffee. And we talk about the news.
Yeah.
We talk about it. We read it. We digest it. We offer our opinions. And we give you an opportunity as listeners to call in with your opinions. If you don't know that, then thank you for tuning in for the first time.
Yep.
And the number is 622-9622. Always look forward to hearing your thoughts on things. We do disagree quite often. Sometimes even Robin and I disagree.
Yeah, sometimes.
Do you know, I noticed on Red Eye Radio, those two guys never disagree with each other.
Oh, they don't?
No, they're always on the same page as each other.
Oh.
I'm always amazed at that. But there's been times when you and I have disagreed. So.
Oh, sure. No, you have to have that disagreement. Otherwise, I'd be a clone of you or something, and
you don't want to be that. You don't
no,
wanna,
I have my own.
You don't want to be that, yeah. Galen, you know that 805 from Life South Community Blood Center. Yesterday, I spoke to a cousin of mine who I hadn't spoken to in many, many years because I wanted to, and this is crazy, I wanted to find out, I know where my grandmother is buried in New York, my paternal grandmother. Uh-huh. But I wasn't sure exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't sure. I knew it was near the railroad track somewhere.
Yeah.
So I wrote her a thing, and she texted me back. Well, she thought she was texting me back, and she ended up making a video phone call to me.
Cool.
So, yeah, I know.
That's cool. I love that.
But she did not have the camera turned the right way. It was on her desk, and the only reason I know that the camera was even turned on is because she picked it up to do something. I could see her ceiling. I don't know.
Was it pretty?
The ceiling was pretty, yes.
Yeah, nice.
Yes, pretty ceiling. but anyway, but here's the thing. She grew up where I grew up on Long Island, and I've been away for very many years. And she recalled a story in the Bronx when my father told her that when she was a little girl that a dining needle will sew your mouth up. And she thought that was the funny memory because when she was a little girl, I guess she spoke too much. And my dad said, the dining needle will sew your mouth. So I thought, gosh, I used to call them dining needles. And now I call them dragonflies. It's a completely different set of words. So I looked it up to see, is it the same thing or am I just remembering wrong? And it is the same thing.
It is. Oh, okay.
It's a regional thing that I guess in New York and Brooklyn specifically, which is where my family was originally from, my father's side anyway, they would call them dining needles. And so that's what I grew up calling them until I moved to Florida.
Yes.
When they were dragonflies.
Although you did tell me that your dad and your family called them dining needles.
Right.
When we were on
and
the
I thought it was
day.
two different things. It's what I remember of dining needles very small. I guess up north they don't grow as big as they do here, but it's the same thing. Anyway. Well,
nice.
So what does that have to do with Galen? Well, that's the topic this morning, is the different things we say about different things. The one that strikes me interesting is from your neck of the woods. Is probably the only place in the whole country that calls water fountains bubblers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, they were bubblers because they would bubble.
Where you're from, they call bubblers. Yes. Yeah. You're very defensive about this.
That's right. That's right. They're bubblers.
When I go to Wisconsin, I have to remember. Where's the nearest bubbler? I'm just going to say that just to see what people say. Oh, you mean the water fountain?
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm not to get into Galen's subject now, but there was one more thing I wanted to point out, is that the word sub for a long sandwich, okay,
yes.
All right, is probably more common now because of the subway chain. right?
Right.
When I grew up, when you grew up, there was either a hero or a hoagie.
Hoagie.
It was all different words, you know.
Yeah, because sub was short for submarine.
Oh, I know.
So we never, I mean, I was just expressing my thing. I know you know that. But that's why, I mean, we never called it sub until there was a Subway.
So right, and I'm thinking, you know, if you go to New York now and you ask for a sub sandwich, I'm sure they'll know what you mean because of Subway. I'm thinking Subway changed our vernacular. Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
And anyway, I just thought that'd be interesting. News bites at 8:35. That's when we don't offer any opinion about anything.
No.
We just read the news the way it is.
Yep.
The way it's delivered to us.
Yep.
Somebody on Facebook said, "Does anybody know of any job openings?" And a couple of people posted some things, and I posted CareerSource, CLM.com.
Of course.
CLM stands for Citrus Levy Marion. CareerSource, if you don't already know, they can get you a job. They can give you an opportunity to have training if you need some. They can sometimes offer you a job with a paid, not apprenticeship. Internship, thank you.
Yep. You won't be just an intern not making money. They'll pay you for that.
But anyway, and of course, CareerSource is free not only to the employee looking for work, but the employer looking to find somebody to work for him or her.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's the best place to go.
You get such a strong opinion about this.
I do. I love careers.
Anyway, so I posted it on Facebook, and the only reason I'm bringing it up now is because Laura Burns has taught us everything that we just said about CareerSource.
Yes.
I didn't know anything about CareerSource until Laura started coming in here, and so she'll be here again today at 9:35. Usually, she brings somebody with her who represents a business in town that is hiring. I recommend share it. I can't believe how many people don't know about it.
Exactly.
It
I
is
was surprised.
Such a great resource if you're looking for work. So.
Yep. It doesn't cost you a penny.
just jumping on that one. All right, Wendy's.
I love Laura.
Wendy
She's great.
Sachs at 10:05.
Yes.
Wendy is an
Yes.
Emmy Award-winning television producer, and she is a former Capitol Hill press secretary, and she's going to talk to us about her book called "Fearless and Free: How Smart Women Pivot and Relaunch Their Careers," which is interesting because today is National Get Up Day. It's an opportunity to share inspiring stories of perseverance.
Really?
Yeah, so I have to share that with her. I don't know if she knows that or not.
Oh, wow. Cool.
How to relaunch your career, and that's part of it too. 10:35, renewal by Anderson of Central Florida. This is an infomercial, pre-recorded, sent to us, and we broadcast it, and I love it. It is an opportunity for you and me to cash in on a discount that they offer our listeners. They have a special dedicated toll-free number. I'm not ready yet because even though it's a discount, it's you have to save your pennies.
Exactly.
But they have some really nice window treatments that they can offer you. If you pay attention, you'll hear the website and you'll get to see the stuff. And I've had feedback from some of you who've called them up and have utilized their services and their products. So, what? It's at 10:35. Why are you laughing?
Nothing. I love today.
11:05. Richard Ingram. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, I spelled his name correctly, and I also spelled the name of the basketball player.
He is the
correctly.
private chef of Chicago Bull basketball player Dwayne Wade.
Yep.
The private chef of Dwayne Wade.
Yep, I thought it was AY, but when I looked at his website, it is YA. So I do typos, but this I made
maybe
sure
I'm
it's not
mispronouncing
a
Dwayne's
typo.
name. Maybe it's Dwayne.
I don't know. Dwayne or something?
Hey,
I don't know.
We'll speak to Galen before we speak to Richard Ingram.
Oh, that's right. We'll have one up then.
We can get the inside scoop on the pronunciation of his name.
Yeah, we'll know.
Anyway, he's going to give us some Super Bowl pork recipes. Pork.
The other white meat. Pork is very good.
And then
if it's done correctly.
Anthony James is our go-to guy when we need some suggestions on how to travel cheaply and more comfortably. And anyway, he's the voice of travel. He's also the manager of over at Homewood Suites by Hilton. Beautiful hotel, by the way. So he'll be on at 11:20. Fun with Joe today.
Ooh.
Are you ready for Fun with Joe?
This is exciting. I love your topic.
Missing two. I am going to get you have to both come up with two missing words, and they're all movie titles.
Oh, nice.
And I've put two blanks in them.
Okay.
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 Now, here's the thing.
Okay.
if Joe gets one of the words and you get the other word, then you will get the point. But you have to say both words.
Oh, okay.
Let's say it's Wait, let me think of something here. The Paddock Mall is open. Let's say that'd be the title of a movie. The Paddock Mall is open. So I'll say the blank mall is blank.
Oh.
See? So he might say the Paddock Mall. I know it's the Paddock Mall. It's something, and then you say open. Well, both of you to get the point, you have to say the full title.
Okay, so you don't each get a point for each word.
Right.
Oh, I love this. This is great.
You could steal. In other words, he could have almost the answer, but not know one of the words.
Yes.
And then you could steal it, or vice versa. He could steal it from you.
Oh, how exciting is this?
So there you go. All right, we've got some more stuff on the other side of the break, and that includes Donald Trump's statement about reducing the cost of pharmaceuticals. We'll be right back.
Fox News Radio, I'm Rich Dennison. President Donald Trump last night nominating federal appeals judge Neil Gorsuch to the Supreme Court.
The president's choice is not likely to change the ideological balance of the court, but it does set the stage for a bruising partisan fight over a man who could help determine U.S. law on a host of hot-button issues, including gun rights and immigration.
Fox's John Decker. Elaine Chao sworn in yesterday as the nation's new transportation secretary by Vice President Mike Pence.
So help me God. So help me God.
Chao, the wife of Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, served 8 years as labor secretary during the last Bush administration. Officials with the Standing Rock Sioux say opponents of the Dakota Access Pipeline are preparing for a new round of court battles. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers has been ordered to move forward with the pipeline project. Fox News, we report, you decide.
Wildfires burn millions of acres across the country each year. And each year, wildland firefighters battle to contain them, but they can't do it alone. For some communities, it's not a question of if wildfires strike, but when. And a single ember can travel more than 1 mile. As it twists and turns and floats through the air, that single ember can find its way to where you live and can ignite and destroy your home or your community. That single ember can be just as dangerous as the wildfire itself. You can't control where the ember will land, but you can control what happens when it does. You can take action now to prepare your home and your community for wildfire. Get fire adapted. Learn what you can do now to reduce wildfire damage later at fireadapted.org. Prepare, protect, prevail. A public service message brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council. Learn more at fireadapted.org.
Sunday is Super Bowl 51, and Honey Baked Ham has teamed up with WOCA to give one lucky listener all the fixings for a fabulous Super Bowl party for 20 people. Sandwiches, sides, soft drinks, plates, napkins, utensils, even a cookie or a brownie. Honey Baked Ham can make any day feel like a party, and all you have to do is call in and register to win. Call 732-8000 right now. Leave your name and number, and Friday during Fun with Joe, we'll announce the winner. It's a Super Bowl spectacular from WOCA and Honey Baked Ham. Yum.
Sunrise Automotive, this is Matt.
Hey Matt, it's Dan.
Hey Dan.
Listen, we're going to be doing some traveling and I need to make sure the car is in good shape.
Why don't you just bring it on by? Let us check it out. We can check all your belts, your hoses, your tires, all your fluids. In out of town, is that up north in the cold?
Yep.
Okay, let's check your antifreeze. Also, let's make sure your washer fluid has got alcohol in it so it doesn't freeze up north, because that makes for a rotten day. And let's check your air pressure in your tires. Let's look at your brakes, make sure everything is safe and secure there. Let's go through it and just make sure everything is ready to go on the road. You due for an oil change?
Yep.
Whenever you come in to get your oil change, we always check your belts, your hoses, all your lights. We go through and make sure that everything is working properly. We check all your fluid levels. We do that every time you come in to Sunrise Automotive.
So just call you back at this number?
Yeah, just give me a call back at 690-1993 whenever you're ready to come in. And you can drop it off, leave it with us, whatever's most convenient for you. Look forward to seeing you at Sunrise Automotive.
Veterans are the foundation upon which our freedom is built. Listen to The Source, WOCA, each Thursday at 9 a.m. to Veterans News with Hank Whittier from Vets Helping Vets. You'll hear tributes, information on veterans issues, and stories that will make you laugh, cry, and feel proud. Veterans News always focuses on the military, past and present, and on our first responders. Veterans News is brought to you each week by Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens and Nursery, keeping you blooming since 1952.
Cookies, 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 cookies. We go cookie eating cookies.
When you want something special and fun for any occasion, get cookies. King Cookie in the Paddock Mall in Ocala will make a delicious, fun-filled delight just for you. So next time you're in the mall, stop by King Cookie or call 352-237-2557. KingCookieOcala.com. Customized cookies, cakes, and more. King Cookie.
Eating cookies. We're so happy eating cookies. Cookies!
What you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
Doctors are trying to find new ways to treat patients for pain without the risk of addiction or overdose, and virtual reality is the new painkiller. Would you believe a simple breathing exercise could help your kids and grandkids be more successful as adults? This is the promise of something known as, quote, mindful meditation, which any of us can try. Did you know you can catch more from a close friend or a family member than a cold? We now know you can also catch a divorce.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
All right, 25 minutes before 8 o'clock, 44 degrees, and looks like a nice, really nice time of the year here in Ocala. Got some birds. I think they're starting to migrate. Is it too soon to migrate back up north, or are they heading south? Where are they?
I think they're heading south because on Saturday morning when I woke up, my yard was covered with robins. And then they were just all right there. And then all of a sudden, they weren't there on Sunday and all this week. So I think they're going south, and now then they'll flip back north.
It seems late to be going south, and it seems early to be going north. If I was a bird, I'd be...
Yeah, and there are birds out there.
Well, I'm not so sure. I'm not sure which direction they're going. One thing before we get into the normal talk stuff here, we do have a contest going on right now. It's something we're doing with the Honey Baked Ham folks, and I have it here somewhere. Here it is. Honey Baked Ham and WOCA have teamed up to give one lucky listener, one of you, all of the fixings for a Super Bowl party for 20 people. That means sandwiches, sides, soft drinks, plates, napkins, utensils, cookie, brownie. The way to win this is if your name is picked on Friday during Fun with Joe, which is about 11:40. Mm-hmm. If we pick your name from the shiny blue box,
yes, it's here waiting.
Then you will be the winner of this. This is such a great prize, and you know why I like this prize a lot? Because I don't need to. First of all, I'm not eligible to win it. But if I was eligible, I don't need to win it to benefit from this. I just need to go down there and, buy
exactly.
some. You don't have to win it. It's one of those cool prizes where, it's actually affordable.
It is. We bought them before.
And, that is one of the reasons people do these kind of prizes is to kind of raise awareness about what their product is. And in this case, small business, two really wonderful ladies. Fun, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, so if you get a chance, go over to... Honey Baked Ham, and they're right next to the mall. Really, if you know where Best Buy is, what is that? 27th Avenue?
Yes,
right there.
Yep, they're right next. If you're standing at Best Buy, looking at Best Buy, you'll see Honey Baked Ham.
Just past it, yeah, just on the
same shopping plaza.
But anyway, so if you want to win, here's what you have to do. You have to call the office line here, 732-8000. You can call them many times as you want. Mm-hmm. That's it's up to you. If you call right now, there's nobody at that phone, which means you'll have to let it roll over to the answering machine, which is fine.
Yep.
It wasn't working the first day. Our apologies, or at least the first few hours. But it should be working now. And if you want to wait till Patsy gets here, that's usually about 9:30 or so. Okay.
Yep.
So you can call in and speak to Patsy or Tish, whoever is here. But right now, it's just Robin and me. And Robin is doing a radio show. So that's how that works. Okay, just want to share that. Okay.
And thank you all the callers so far that have called in to enter. That's really wonderful of you because you guys always support our community.
All right. During a White House meeting with senior pharmaceutical executives yesterday, Donald Trump told the firms they represent to manufacture more of their drugs in the United States. Mm-hmm. Part one. He also vowed to help the firms by speeding the approval process for new medicines. That's another part. That's the FDA dragging their feet, he feels.
Yes.
He also promised that he would work to cut taxes on drugs, prescription drugs. He also pledged to help send shares in many of the biggest U.S. drug makers higher. All of these things he was saying yesterday. Drug makers have faced intense criticism from politicians and insurance companies and patients groups over the high cost of new medicines, and you can't blame them because it is kind of ridiculous, the amount of money you have to pay for a pharmaceutical. And so that's one of the things he wants to do, the president wants to do. He said, U.S. drug companies have produced extraordinary results for our country, but the pricing has been astronomical. For our country, we have to do better, unquote. So I have a little soundbite from the president.
And you folks have done a terrific job over the years, but we have to get prices down for a lot of reasons. We have no choice. For Medicare, for Medicaid, we have to get the prices way down, so that's what we're going to be talking about. We're also going to be streamlining the process so that from your standpoint, when you have a drug, you can actually get it approved if it works instead of waiting for many, many years. We have companies where they have more people working on regulations than they have working in the company. So it's very unfair. We have to lower the drug prices. The competition, the key to lower drug prices, we have competition, but a lot of times the competition dissipates. I'll oppose anything that makes it harder for smaller, younger companies to take the risk of bringing a product to a vibrantly competitive market. That includes price fixing by the biggest dog in the market, Medicare, which is what's happening. But we can increase competition and bidding wars big time. We have to into that program.
I love that.
Getting rid of regulations that are unnecessary was part of it. Here's an interesting thing. The president makes a statement like that. And how long does it take for the marketplace to react? Instantaneous. Listen to this. The president's promise to speed up approvals by the Food and Drug Administration for new medicines sparked strong gains in pharmaceutical shares in Merck and Amgen, I don't know how you pronounce it, rose by about 1%, while Novartis was up more than 2% on Wall Street.
Wow.
The NASDAQ Biotech Index gained nearly 3% after the meeting, and the S&P 500 Healthcare Index rose 1.4%. Isn't that amazing?
That is amazing.
Just that one, press conference, which, by the way, not related to the topic, but just from somebody who produces audio. Don't we have cameras now where you can turn off that clicking sound?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. But it sounds cool.
Well, yeah, but it gets in the way of a press conference.
It does.
Click, 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 click.
I know, it does. It does.
I mean, the click used to be necessary because it meant that the aperture, whatever you call it, is actually doing its job.
Yes.
Well, they do it electronically now, and you don't have any sound unless you want it. Anyway, getting back to the topic. Investors had sold off shares in drug makers in recent weeks following heavy criticism from Mr. Trump, supported by Democratic Senator Bernie Sanders over drug pricing. However, senior pharmaceutical executives welcomed Mr. Trump's proposals yesterday to cut taxes and loosen regulations.
That's wonderful because, drugs are, you have to have that kind of period where you're investigating it to make sure it's safe, but it takes so long here when, like, over in England, they have the same kind of drug and people from here go over there to get that drug because it's not legal yet in the United States. So I love the fact that President Trump is doing that.
So the pharmaceutical group, which calls themselves Pharma, which is PHRMA. I don't know what it stands for, but it's a pharmaceutical group. The chief executive of that group is Stephen J. Ubel, UBL. Okay? Stephen J. Ubel. He's the chief executive. Here's his quote. Are you ready for a big number?
Yes.
He says, "We believe if these policies are enacted, it will translate to up to 350,000 new jobs over the next 10 years as a result of growth in the biopharmaceutical industry."
Now, how come
Is that not amazing?
It is amazing. It really
How
is
come what?
amazing.
I'm sorry?
How come they couldn't do it on their own without a nudge from the president? That's kind of, wow, isn't that something?
That's a very good question.
This is great.
The only answer I can come up with, which is just you and me talking with my coffee, which I forgot. But it's the Food and Drug Administration, and we've heard this criticism before from people who need drugs who go to Europe to get those drugs, because our FDA really takes their time to vet, the word of the year, to vet the pharmaceuticals, the drugs, to make sure that they are good and should be used and do what the maker of the drug says they will do. So you have two schools of thought on this. The one that says we need to take time, we can't rush into anything. You can't argue with that.
No.
But that also means dragging your feet and taking more time.
Yeah, so that's what it is. The companies couldn't do it on their own because they would be fighting the government and they'd lose.
Well, I as a citizen, I want that. I want that oversight.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if there's a way to speed it up, that's awesome. We'll take a little break. We'll be right back. And I will get my coffee now. This is The Source, WOCA Ocala.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accidents. A nice Wednesday with sunshine at a high of 72 to 76. Wednesday night will be clear and cool with a low of 44 in a few inland locations to 52 along the coast. Thursday, sunshine and some clouds. Another nice day, high 74 to 78. And on Friday, mostly sunny and pleasantly warm, high 76 to 80. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Are you wasting hundreds or thousands of dollars on termite retreat fees? If you're not with Turner Pest Control, you probably are. Turner Pest Control offers the industry's only termite and pest control package that never charges retreat fees, ever. You can get started today for only $99. This is a value of $500 or more. This includes treatments, installation of monitoring stations, quarterly pest control, and a lifetime guarantee, all for an unbelievable low $99. Even if you have another pest control provider, visit turnerpest.com to find out how you can avoid paying those high termite retreat fees.
The very best in quality is Captain T's Upholstery.
Hey, this is Dan. Let me ask you a few questions. Does your boat look better with the cover on? Has your car's interior seen its better days? Stop using a towel to cover up those rips in the golf cart. Isn't it about time you had it restored to better than new with a custom upholstery from Captain T? Captain T's Upholstery has been right here in Ocala for nearly 20 years, so they know how to make your ride one of a kind. Whether you want to take that classic ride back to a factory look or put your favorite sports team front and center, Captain T's Upholstery is who to call. 352-369-1810. That's 352-369-1810. Or stop by their location, 5030 South Pine Avenue in Ocala, just past the drive-in. And of course, don't forget to visit them on the web, CaptainTUpholstery.com.
The very best in quality is Captain T's Upholstery.
Next Generation MD is the future of healthcare now. Listen in the first and third Thursday at 10 a.m. to learn how the future in PRP treatment are here in our area. Find out the many ways that Dr. Juan Jordan, MD, Charles Brooks, NP, and case manager Mark Shaw have brought the family medicine practice to a new level. Hear from the very people that benefit from the fine done in this field. Next Generation MD every first and third Thursday at 10 a.m. here on WOCA 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
Palm Garden wants to get to the heart of the matter. If you've been in the hospital as a cardiac patient, maybe you have a pacemaker or congestive heart failure or an arrhythmia, or perhaps you're a heart bypass patient, then consider Palm Garden as your rehab choice. With proven outcomes second to none, Palm Garden fixes broken hearts. Call today at 854-6262. That's 854-6262. 12 minutes before 8 o'clock. Nice looking Wednesday, 44 degrees. Temperatures climbing to the mid-70s today, and that's pretty much the way it's going to be for the next week or so. Even getting into the 80s in the end of the week, Friday. First Friday Art Walk is this Friday, by the way.
Yep.
Today's the first day of February. Tomorrow is Groundhog Day.
Oh,
Here's the interesting thing.
Okay.
On today's guest list, right, we have a gentleman who is the chef for Chicago Bull basketball player Dwayne Wade, right? Mm-hmm. and he's going to talk to us about pork recipes. What? Well, tomorrow's Groundhog Day.
Yes.
So you grind up the hog and you have a recipe, right?
Yeah, there you go.
That's tomorrow.
Yeah, Richard will love that.
He's coming on today to talk about
right.
how to grind up your hog and have a groundhog sandwich tomorrow. Anyway, and then the other thing is that we have this lady from Good Morning America and the Today Show, and she's coming on to talk about how women can pivot and relaunch their careers. And today is National Get Up Day. National Get Up Day. In other words, persevere, get up from falling down.
Exactly. Let's get up and move forward.
It's also National Baked Alaska Day, by the way.
Oh, I love that. I made that one
just
time.
to round it off, it's National Freedom Day. The day we celebrate freedom from slavery in this country specifically. So,
gosh.
And let's go to the phone. You can call in about anything. Good morning. You're on the air.
Yeah. Good morning. I will look up Mike Vax's contact information and shoot it over to you as soon as I find it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
And
Jim's working on bringing Mike Vax here to perform, and we'll be able to interview him. on
Okay,
the air.
excellent. All right, thank you.
So Jim's really working hard. He's been working on that for months now.
Jim's his publicist.
Yeah, Jim's doing an excellent job, too. Boy, that's a long time.
All right, thank you, Jim. Appreciate that.
okie doke. All right, have a good morning, all.
Thank you.
Yeah, Jim's a good guy.
All right, so then we go back to something light, and then we'll get into the heavy stuff. If you want to call in about any of these things, you're invited to call 622-9622. Hooters is hiring male servers at its new restaurant in Tampa.
Is there going to be a name change?
Yes. It's not a change in the name to the restaurant. It's a change to the name of the concept.
Oh.
Whatever that means.
Well, there's got to be. If they're hiring guys,
It's called
they got to
Hoot.
have a different.
They're calling it Hoots.
Well, yeah. But
I'm not making it up.
oh, yeah.
But the Hoots guys will be behind the bar. So if you want,
that's so fun.
if you want a sandwich from the Hoots guy, he's behind the bar. The
That's so fun.
The Hooters girls will still come to your tables. Oh, you want the Hoot guy to come to your table?
Well, sure. I mean, he's got cleavage too, just in a different area.
Oh gosh! The first Hoots restaurant will open up in Cicero, Illinois. Oh, I thought it was going to open up in Tampa for some reason. Because it's based in Clearwater, right? Yeah, Clearwater-based Hooters Management Corporation. Okay. Hoots, Robin.
Wonder what they're wearing. Those fellas wear kilts at the Tilted Kilt. I wonder what the fellas are going to wear behind the bar at Hoots.
I don't
can't
know.
wait. Equal opportunity.
All right. President Donald Trump yesterday nominated Neil Gorsuch for a lifetime job on the U.S. Supreme Court, picking the 49-year-old federal appeals court judge to restore the court's conservative majority and help shape rulings on divisive issues such as abortion, gun control, and the death penalty and religious rights. A lot of people on the conservative side of things are very happy with that pick. A lot of people on the liberal side of things do not like that pick. I'll let you argue about it if you want to.
He did an excellent job. I watched that last night. Donald Trump had a lot of class. He introduced Neil and his wife. Neil gave a speech. Everybody was applauding. And from the way I understand it, he's like on the same page as the late Judge Scalia. So, those guys got to grow up over there. They just have to do it for the people instead of acting like babies.
His mom has passed away, but her name was Ann Gorsuch Burford. She was President Ronald Reagan's Environmental Protection Administrator.
Oh.
She was the first lady, by the way, to head the EPA.
Oh, gosh.
In case you didn't know.
And Mrs. Judge Scalia's wife was there too, and Donald Trump introduced her. So it was very nice, very, very classy event.
Senator Ted Cruz, who has had his headbutting with Donald Trump, said that the pick of Judge Neil Gorsuch is a home run. Let's see if I can quote from him. He said, "I think Judge Gorsuch is a home run," adding that he is faithful to the Constitution, following the law, protecting the Bill of Rights, and our fundamental liberties.
And he's young too.
49. Youngest for a long time. I can't remember when.
Yeah.
Liberty University President Jerry Falwell Jr. yesterday said President Donald Trump asked him to lead a task force to identify changes that should be made to the U.S. Department of Education's policies and procedures. Well, that ought to be interesting to see what that ends up doing.
Oh, yeah.
Trump asked Falwell to take on the role in November at the Trump Tower, which is a mall.
It is. It's a vertical mall.
It's a vertical gold. It's a golden mall that stands upright.
Yes. Yeah, I've been in there. It's a vertical mall.
Anyway, the goal is to pare it back and give colleges and their accrediting agencies more leeway in governing their affairs, said Falwell. He declined Trump's offer to become the U.S. Education Secretary, which, by the way, looks like Betty DeVos. Betty? I can't remember now.
Betty, I think.
Well, she's one step closer to being the Secretary of Education.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that's good. Everybody's grilling everybody because those are important roles.
Falwell Jr., the son of the late televangelist, threw his support behind Trump last January, calling the then Republican nominee a successful executive and entrepreneur. Liberty is a Christian college in Lynchburg, Virginia, and known for its conservative culture. Students follow a strict code of conduct at the university. They don't drink alcohol. They don't have sex outside of marriage. Wink, wink.
Yeah.
Wink. Wink, wink.
I mean, there are closed doors there,
no,
too,
stop.
okay?
No, stop. No. I'm fine. I haven't done a thing. What were you doing What were you doing in the girls' dorm? Delivering pizza, sir.
That's right. It's strictly platonic. We're all celibate. I'm not making fun, but, you know.
Yes, you are.
There are closed doors.
You're making fun because you know there's a reality.
Yeah.
There's a reality.
Yeah.
You just can't ignore the reality.
No, you can't ignore reality. And
Texas Governor Greg Abbott yesterday embraced President Trump's proposed crackdown on so-called sanctuary cities, but didn't mention the president's recent order for partial immigration ban on the 7 countries that he placed the partial ban on.
That Obama deemed that they were bad guys, so I don't understand where all the controversy is.
Federal prosecutors are considering whether to bring child pornography charges against former New York Representative Anthony Weiner, the estranged husband of former Hillary Clinton top aide Huma Abedin. This is according to the Wall Street Journal. The possible charges relate to Weiner's sexting. That's sending sexual messages by way of text, in case you didn't know.
Yeah, I mean, gosh.
To a 15-year-old girl last year.
He's a nutcase.
Both the FBI and U.S. Attorney's Office are investigating. Wow.
No, he's going to go away.
What a legacy he is leaving. Wow. A possible child pornography charge carries a 15-year mandatory minimum prison sentence for Mr. Weiner. Oh, they'll have fun in prison with him.
Oh, they will. He's going to be the hit of the cell block.
Especially with that name.
Exactly. He's going to be the star.
It's pronounced Weiner. Would you please stop? A Senate panel has approved sending Republican school choice advocate Betsy DeVos, it is Betsy, nomination for Education Secretary to the full Senate for a vote, although 2 Republican senators expressed some reservations. That's according to the Chicago Tribune.
Mm-hmm.
The Health, Education, Pensions, and Labor Committee voted 12-11 along partisan lines to back her nomination following a heated debate. No date has yet been set for a full Senate vote. By the way, some of the things that she brought up, or that were brought up during her confirmation process, will be addressed by our Marion County School Superintendent, Heidi Mayer.
Yes.
Who is coming in when?
February 14th.
Okay. So
at 7:35.
Coming in Valentine's Day.
Yep. She was busy before then.
Let's see. Austria is set to ban wearing full face veils in public.
Oh.
Joining Belgium, the Netherlands, Bulgaria, and Switzerland, who have also approved similar bans. Austria's ruling coalition announced the ban yesterday as part of a larger plan meant to contain the rise of the far-right Freedom Party. The coalition of Social Democrats and the centrist People's Party, who agreed on the ban, are calling for police officers, judges, magistrates, and public prosecutors to participate in the ban, as well as refraining from wearing headscarves. It's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Speaking of headscarves, women across the globe will wear headscarves today to celebrate World Hijab. How do you say it, Robin? Hijab?
I don't know.
You know the scarves?
Yeah.
It's similar to what Mary wore when she was with Jesus, right?
Right, exactly.
You always see pictures, right?
Yeah.
5 years ago, Nazma Khan, a Muslim woman in New York, invited others to experience what it's like to live in America wearing a hijab, all while wanting to foster religious tolerance and fight stereotypes about women that wear the traditional headscarf. But that's not the same thing as covering your whole face.
No, it's not.
The movement eventually caught on, and given the political climate in the U.S., women of different faiths have decided to wear the hijab this year. I think nuns wear something that looks like a hijab. I don't know.
Yeah, it's...
This is America. You should be free to wear whatever you want to wear.
Exactly.
All right, we'll be right back. This is The Source, WOCA Ocala.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio. I'm Dave Anthony. President Trump has made his Supreme Court pick.
I am keeping another promise to the American people by nominating Judge Neil Gorsuch.
An appeals court judge in Denver tapped to replace the late Antonin Scalia.
Well, I'll tell you, I think Judge Gorsuch is a home run.
Republican Senator Ted Cruz, Democratic Senator Chris Coons says
we ought to give Judge Gorsuch exactly the sort of thorough and full hearing on the Senate Judiciary Committee that D.C. Circuit Chief Judge Merrick Garland never got.
Others are suggesting a filibuster. The Senate's expected today to confirm Rex Tillerson as Secretary of State, and a committee may vote to advance Jeff Sessions for Attorney General the day after his vote was blocked.
We're being asked to vote on a nominee that will have to stand up to a president who is clearly willing to ignore the law.
That's Democrat Dianne Feinstein. Fox News. We report, you decide.
When I grow up, I want to be a new pair of blue jeans. When I grow up, I want to be a kid's first computer. When I grow up, I want to be a glass countertop in a new home. When I grow up, I want to be a kid's best birthday present. When I grow up, I want to be a football stadium. When I grow up, I want to be a warm fleece on a cold day. When I grow up, I want to be a fancy backsplash. I want to be a bike that races around the country. When I grow up, I want to be a bench on a forest trail. I want to be a rocking chair on a sunny porch. I want to be a skyscraper. I want to be When I grow up, I don't want to be a piece of garbage. And if you recycle me, I won't be.
Give your garbage another life. Recycle. Learn how at iwanttoberecycled.org. A public service advertisement brought to you by Keep America Beautiful and the Ad Council.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25